Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video. It is going to be the finale for my 2021 rolling project 10 pan. So I have my 10 products that I've been working on to fill you guys in on, give you my final updates, and then I'm also going to be filming my 2022 rolling project 10 pan introduction later today, so stay tuned for that video. I do have one new empty to share with you to round the year out with, and then I'll give you my final update on the rest of the products that I've been working on, and we will wrap this project up for 2021. So that being said, if you're interested in seeing how this project ended for me, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project panning content, or you just like to chit chat about makeup, I would love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into this finale. All right, you guys, like I've mentioned in like every video I've filmed for the last 2 months, my life, we're working on getting it back together. There's a ton of things going on in my personal life, and my life has been complete chaos, and I cannot find my like YouTube notebook where I track like all of my like project panning things, like all of my weights and all of those things. So I don't have my weights or anything like that to really share with you guys. I did track my like completed goals throughout the course of this project, and I did complete my goal on 12 items throughout the course of this project alone. Later today, I'm also filming my 2021 makeup empties, which I'm really excited about, so stay tuned if you're interested in seeing all of the products that I finished up this year. And then I do also plan to film a 2021 like panning recap, where in that video I talked to you about all of the like projects I was a part of and all of the products that I was able to hit some kind of goal on. So stay tuned for all of those videos. I will leave all of my project panning content links, like for my playlists and stuff, down below in case you're interested in checking out some more project panning content for me. But all that being said, let's jump into this finale. So let's jump into first the 2 products that I rolled in last update, one of them being my Hourglass Concealer. This is the Vanish Concealer. With everything going on in my personal life, I will be honest that I have not been doing my makeup all that frequently, but I do. But that being said, I feel like I say this in literally every video. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start wearing makeup more this week and this month. I truly feel confident that 2022 is a new year for me, and I'm very excited to get back on track with my YouTube channel and start doing my makeup more frequently. So I used this a couple of times. Every time I did my makeup this last month, I'm pretty confident I used this concealer up. I'm not sure what my weight was last month. I could have gone back and rewatched my videos, but honestly, I was just a little bit too lazy and wanted to like get going on my filming. So I didn't do that, and I obviously still have quite a bit of product left in this. This is something I think I will probably toss into my introduction for 2022, just because this is one of my older concealers in my collection. And then I also rolled in my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow bronzer, and I gave myself the goal to hit pan on the bronzer side. I wasn't necessarily confident I would do that like in 1 month's time, and obviously I did not, but I do have a decent dip going on this, and this is another one. If I don't throw this into my introduction for my 2022 rolling project, this will be something that definitely will be in the project at some point or another. It is the bronzer that I have on today. I do really enjoy this, and last year I think I was able to hit pan on 4 powder bronzers, either 4 powder and 1 cream. But I did not finish up any bronzers last year. I would like to finish up at least 1 bronzer this year. I'm almost 100% certain I will finish my Tarte Sea Breezy bronzer because that's already almost done. But I would like to finish 1 powder bronzer as well, and then start to hit pan on more bronzers this year. I feel like I could hit pan pretty quickly on this. So that's what I'm thinking about, just tossing that into my introduction as well. This Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator was something that was in my whole collection project pan at the beginning of the year. Eventually I rolled that out, and then I rolled it into this project. I have about half of this left, realistically. I was a huge fan of this throughout 2020, and then it wasn't necessarily my favorite product in 2021, as all of the tinted moisturizers were releasing last year, and I feel like there were just so many good ones that this one kind of got like pushed aside. I am hoping to finish this one up next year, maybe the first half of the year, just because I already have a good head start on it, but I wasn't able to finish that product off either. I've also been working on my Catrice Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer. I really like this primer, but there's a few other like pore filling primers that are a little bit more hydrating that I do prefer. If you have oily skin, I feel like this is a great affordable drugstore option for a pore filling primer. It's a nice primer, but because I know that this isn't something I would repurchase, and I always want to be cognizant of my makeup inventory, my like numbers per category, and you know, hopefully not getting too like a collection that's too overwhelmingly large, although I definitely have that. I would like to continue to work on this throughout 2022 as well, and hopefully finish this by the end of the year, because it's not something I would repurchase, so it would be one more primer out of my collection that I could then bring in another primer to test out. There wasn't a ton of use on this. I think I may have used this 2 or 3 times. This is still pretty full, so there's a long ways to go on that. Next up, I think I'll probably end up tossing this into my Partners in Cream project, but I have this Stila Glitter and Glow in the shade Perlina. This is the last glitter and glow I have left in my collection, and I have taken the stopper out, and there's not a ton of product left in this. It is like, it's dried out, so if I use this, I have to use it with like a glitter glue. It's really pretty. I'm disappointed in myself for not using it more when it wasn't dried out, but that's just kind of how it goes with these glitter and glows. It's just like it has a really nice pearlescent sort of finish to it. Just adds like almost like a fairy dust sort of touch to it. Really enjoy this, and really enjoyed it when it was not dried out, but I'm hoping that I can just try and chug along in another project next year and finish that one off pretty quickly. Again, there's not a lot of product left in that, but I don't think I reached for that at all since the last update. My Buxom Seychelles blush. This I use pretty much every time I do my makeup. It's one of, if not my favorite blush in my collection. It's this really beautiful like satin nude shade. It really just matches just about any makeup look, and if I have a blush that I put on that I feel like is too pigmented, or if it's like matte and I'm looking for something a little bit glowier, oftentimes I'll put this over top just to like add a little bit of sheen to it, add a little bit of a glow, or kind of like tone down something that might be a little bit too pigmented and neutralize it a little bit. And I love using it that way. This is such a firmly pressed blush, and I feel like the pan is actually fairly like deep on this. I would like to continue to track my progress on this one next year, but I'd be curious if I could still, like, even though this is my favorite most used blush, would I be able to even hit pan on this next year? I don't know, because this has been in since July, and I feel like when I look at the pictures, it looks like I haven't used this at all, which I have used it a ton. My Maybelline Cheek Heat in the shade Rose Vibrant, I don't think I reached for at all. I have about half of this left. I might toss this into a Partners in Cream. It's not my favorite. I would like to just use this up and get this out of my collection, but I made no progress there. My Rare Beauty Fearless, or like liquid lipstick in the shade Fearless. This is what I have on today. I feel like I have this lipstick or liquid lipstick on in every update since I've rolled this in. I thought I would easily have this done, but this is just like the liquid lipstick that will not die. I do wear this quite a bit. I haven't even taken the stopper out yet, and I have no problem like putting a full layer over my lips. Hopefully I can finish this one off next year. I do actually really like the shade. I think it's a beautiful shade, and if I were to work my way through more of my lip product collection, this is something I could see myself potentially repurchasing in the future, or if I can't find like a shade dupe. I think it's a really comfortable formula. It's not like the most long lasting because it is a little bit more of a moussey texture rather than like a straight liquid lipstick. It has almost like a velvet feel to it. In fact, is the word velvet in the name? I'm honestly not sure, but regardless, have not emptied this out. You might see this also in another project at some point, but yeah. Then I've also been working on my Milk highlighter, the Flex highlighter in the shade Lit. I maybe reached for this twice since the last update. I've been working on this for so long. This started out as a usage goal in this project, and then I decided I wanted to try and hit pan on it. And I mean, I have a dip going, as you can clearly see, but no pan. And this is one of my favorite highlights in my collection as well. You can build this up to be super pigmented, or well, super intense, I should say. I don't know if pigmented is the right word. Or you can use a really fluffy brush and really sheer it out to just be like this beautiful, like wet, glossy, like wet glossy highlighter look. What am I saying? I can't think of any words to use today. It's super beautiful. I am hoping that I can hit pan on this next year because obviously I wasn't successful this year. It really is a bummer. I've like barely worn makeup because I feel like I could have hit so many more goals this year, but that's okay. 2022 is a new year, and I'm excited to eventually continue working on that as well. I might switch it up in my introduction just so it's not like the same products rolled over. I'll probably have like 1 or 2 of the same, but I do want like a freshness to this project as well. And then the 10th and final product is my last empty for the year. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in the shade Eden. I know a lot of people will cut theirs open and they get a ton more, like they get a bunch more use out of this. That is just not my journey with this. I felt like I was gonna finish this up in like 6 months, and it took me all year. Even squeezing this now, I maybe have like a little bit left, but I'm ready to just be done with this. I'm ready to call this an empty. It's like hard to get out and get onto my eyelids, and I don't feel like it's working like it used to. Every time I film a video, I notice, and I might have it now, I've been trying to like fix it. Like, and it could also be because I have hooded eyes, but I get like where my shadow wears away, like in the crease of my eye, and it's super frustrating, and I've just noticed that within the last maybe like 5 months. So I am wanting to go out probably today and purchase a new eyeshadow primer. I have a couple glitter glues in my collection, but I don't believe I have another eyeshadow primer. This I didn't love. Again, I have the shade Eden, and it was almost like a eyeshadow primer, like it had like almost like a concealer like aspect to it, so it would kind of like give like a pigment to my eyes in a sense, rather than just being like a clear eyeshadow primer. Am I making sense? I'm not sure. And I just like I don't know, I just did not love this. I thought I really liked this at first, and I just remember I still have the Kat Von D eyeshadow primer that I want to finish, but soon I will get a new eyeshadow primer. If you guys have any recommendations, leave them down below for me. What I'm trying to say is I'm very excited that I'm finally done with this, and I'm just ready to like leave this in 2021 with many other things that can just be left in 2021. So this is my final empty. Like I said in the introduction, hopefully I did finish off or hit pan on 12 products throughout the course of this project. So I'm excited about that. I think for 2022, I'm gonna give myself a goal of, within this project specifically, I would love to reach my goal on 22 products. I'm gonna keep it like rolling 10 pan style, but I will try and hit pan on 22 or finish 22 products, something like that. But that is gonna wrap it up for my 2021 project. This is the first year I have done a rolling project pan, rolling 10 pan, rather than doing like 20 in 2020. And I enjoyed this so much more. I think rolling style is something that I just personally like more than like working on the same 20 products all year. I don't know, it just seemed to work better for me. It seemed to like keep it a little bit more fun and fresh, if you will. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had an amazing new year. Happy New Year. If this is the first video I'm posting this year, I'm not sure. We'll see. It is literally January 1st of 2022 as I'm filming this. But thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.